Welcome, Sens Talk.
Russell winds in, feeds it back across the strike, and scores! Brady Tkachuk makes it 2-0. Giroux, hit alone, scores!
Tim Stutzla across, Tkachuk score! The captain, Brady Tkachuk, buries it with 1:18 to go.
See you later. Go, Sens, go. Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon Plant, and I am your host. What a game tonight as Ottawa was in the Motor City taking on the Detroit Red Wings, and of course, a rivalry game, I think, by the sense of things on Twitter right now, and of course, between the two teams on the ice, and of course, like I just said, off the ice. I think we got the newest rivalry in the National Hockey League here, ladies and gentlemen. What a game this was, on and off the ice. The fan bases are chirping. You love to see it. This is what hockey's all about. And then on the ice, I mean, Ottawa dominated, and we're going to get to that. But what a game. That's Saturday Night Hockey. You got to love it. You love to see it. By the way, shout out to my dad. Got a new Brady Tkachuk jersey. Really fired up to have that. And we're 1-0 with it on, so we'll have to keep it going for Tuesday's game. Hopefully we make that 2 in a row. But let's get into the game recap. So look, Ottawa and Detroit, they're very familiar with one another. They're 1-1 against one another this year. Detroit won the first game in Ottawa, and the second game, Ottawa won, of course, when they were up 4-0. They gave up 4 in a row, and then, of course, won it in overtime off a walk-off from Tim Stutzla. So they're 1-1. Of course, that one was in Sweden. So look, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, while the Blue Jays didn't get Ohtani, there's no home run with them. Let's see if the Ottawa Senators can get another home run tonight with a win against the Detroit Red Wings. Now, speaking of the Red Wings, Alex Lyon would start in net for them. He's been pretty good this year with like a .940 save percentage in 5 games. He was the backup last year in Florida as well. This guy bounces around a lot in the National Hockey League, but often puts up good numbers. So a tough test for Ottawa, for a streaky goaltender, and for the Ottawa Senators. Speaking of them, Joonas Korpisalo starts after a bit of a disappointing effort last game by Anton Forsberg. Now, big news, as we've been all waiting for this, Jiri Smejkal makes his National Hockey League debut today. He has 9 points, 3 goals, and 17 games in the AHL with Bell Vegas, but congratulations to Jiri Smejkal. Look at your screen right now. Buddy has a huge grin on his face for that rookie lap. So couldn't be happier for that guy. He looked fantastic in the preseason. He earned a spot. It's because of our cap issues. He never got that opportunity. But he looked good in the preseason. He's been pretty good with Belleville as well. He's a strong, big forward for your bottom 6 with some offensive ability. He's a net front presence type of guy. We saw it a little bit tonight. Didn't get a lot of ice time, just over 3 minutes. But hopefully in the coming days, he'll get some more ice time. But once again, he can use his body to create offense. The bottom 6 really needs that, especially that fourth line. So excited to see him moving forward after this game. And today, once again, he got a couple nice looks, to be honest with you. And so going into this game, Ottawa is 10-11-0. They're looking to get back to 500. And look, you know, everyone's saying, Detroit fans on Twitter today, oh, you're in last place, oh, you're in last place. Look at the games in hand. I mean, does that not even matter to you guys? Absolutely ridiculous, these people. But anyways, let's get to the first period of play, and we are off and running. Like I said, you can tell by my, excitement right now. Sometimes I'm a little lackluster in the videos. This one, no. I am fired up to be recording this one because this has been a hell of a game, a fun night to watch hockey. And then 2 minutes in, guess what? The fun continues and really starts to begin to kick this one off. 2 minutes in, Jacob Chychrun from the point takes a shot. Claude Giroux on the rebound. Bang! G-Money, the bank is open. 1-0 Senators. He puts home the rebound for the power play goal. Ottawa leads 1-0. The Senators have scored a power play goal in 5 straight road games. A nice little streak to continue there for the Ottawa Senators. And Claude Giroux is the second fastest Ottawa Senator in franchise history over 30 years of Senator hockey to reach 100 points with the Ottawa Senators in 104 games played. He's only behind Danny Heatley. So shout out to Claude Giroux, who in his late 30s is putting up insane numbers as the Senators are off and running just 2 minutes in to the game. And Ottawa, by the way, is 8-6-0 when scoring the first goal, looking to make that 9 now. But a few minutes after that, early on in the first half of the first period of play, yikes. Senators get onto the 5-on-3. Detroit was buzzing. Patrick Kane was flying. They had a couple of great opportunities, but Joonas Korpisalo and the Ottawa Senators killed off a massive 5-on-3 early on. Frankly, even though this game wasn't on TSN, that was a TSN turning point of the game, no doubt about it. Huge penalty kill there. Took out any momentum that the Detroit Red Wings had until this incident. And you saw the thumbnail. This situation looked scary at the beginning. And thankfully, Dylan Larkin, he's awake. He was helped off the ice, but he got up. He wasn't stretchered off. Prayers for Dylan Larkin. When you see a guy lying on the ice like that, just no movement whatsoever for a solid 5-10 seconds, and then you see the players on Ottawa and Detroit frantically calling for the medical staff to come and take a look at him, it really reminds you that this is just a game. This is just a game, and these are people's lives we're dealing with here. And once again, thank goodness that Dylan Larkin, he was helped off, but thankfully he didn't have to be stretchered off, and he's awake right now and alert. So scary. Now look, if you're a Detroit fan watching this, maybe just want to click off. You're not going to like what I'm about to say. Look, I don't usually give kudos to the refs. They got this one right. Mathieu Joseph deserved a penalty for sure. Parker Kelly as well. You saw it on your screen. Mathieu Joseph was just trying to box out his man. And then, unfortunately, when boxing him out, looked like a freak accident. Hit, Dylan Larkin in the head, and Kelly as well. Parker Kelly got a piece of his face as he was going down, and it's just a freak injury. It's a freak accident, and once again, thank goodness that, Dylan Larkin's okay, but the refs got this right. Joseph deserved a penalty. You have to watch your stick. And Kelly as well. You have to watch what you're doing. He deserved a penalty. But then what David Perron did right after, literally right after, while his teammate is on the ground, seemingly unconscious, not moving, he goes at Artem Zub, jumps him, cross-checks him in the face, drops him to the ice. What the hell is that? Then you got people in media, supporting that nonsense, jumping a player that wasn't even involved in the play. Now, I'm all for defending your player, I'm all for defending your captain, but there's a time and place. When he's on the ice, not moving, that's not the time. Let alone the fact there's no time to jump a player when they're not paying attention and cross-checking them in the head intentionally. Unbelievable. David Perron was kicked out of the game. He was ejected for that cross-check to Artem Zub, who has a concussion history, by the way. Talk about dangerous. That will automatically, be reviewed by the player safety department. So I would expect potentially a suspension for David Perron. I would hope there would be, to be frank with you. Just can't do it. Once again, I understand wanting to stick up for your captain, for your teammate. Not when he's unconscious on the ice, and not when you're just jumping a guy without them even being aware. It's just classless. It's reckless. You can't have it. It's a joke that some people in the media supported that, but the refs got it right. But a minute later, it looked like Ottawa turned the momentum of the game with that penalty kill, but then, of course, that incident happens, and then a minute later, ooh boy, here comes Patty Kane as he snipes his first as a Detroit Red Wing on the bottom of the right hash mark to make it a 1-1 game. Jacob Bernard-Docker has to do far better there. He has to pressure Patty Kane. Instead of letting him walk in, you got to pressure him. He doesn't. Patty Kane rips it glove side past Korpisalo as Ottawa and Detroit go to the second period of play, tied at 1, with Detroit leading in shots 14-10 after 20 minutes of play. Now the second period of play begins, and 4 minutes in, it's all Ottawa once again, ladies and gentlemen, as Claude Giroux from behind the net sauces it back to the point. Jacob Chychrun feeds Vladdy Tarasenko, and bang, it's 2-1 Ottawa off another power play goal. The one-timer from Vladdy, his first road goal of the year as well, and 6 in total as the Ottawa Senators take the lead right back. It's 2-1 Ottawa. 5 minutes later, the Detroit fans' favorite player, Mathieu Joseph, flies in. He feeds a west to east pass to the former Detroit Red Wing, Dominic Kubalik. Bang! Bullseye! 3-1 Ottawa. One-time shot from near the blue line. What a cannon of a shot from Dominic Kubalik. And the Senators lead by 2. It's 3-1 Ottawa. What a second period. The second period is usually when the Ottawa Senators get dominated. Nah. The Ottawa Senators are dominating the Detroit Red Wings in this second period. And then with about a minute left, I had to take a bath after this play. Drake Batherson, are you kidding me? With a minute left, Drake, bath time, Batherson, my goodness. I think that, and there's got to be a non-safe for work warning when Drake Batherson makes plays like this. Unbelievable. With a minute left in the second period of play, Drake the bath time, Batherson with an unreal saucer feed between two defenders. They leave Tim Stützle all alone. He gets an opportunity from that beautiful pass, and Timmy Stu will never make a mistake on an opportunity like that. 4-1 Ottawa. He fires it blocker side as Ottawa goes into the third period. Up by 3. It's 4-1 Senators. What a sick feed from Drake Batherson, who now has a 5-game point streak. 2 goals and 5 assists during that span, 7 points total. While Tim Stützle as well has a 4-game point streak, 3 assists and a goal now with that one there. As Ottawa, like I just mentioned, up by 3. It's 4-1. Going to the third period of play. But my goodness, chef's kiss, Drake Batherson. Unbelievable. Once again, if TSN and Sportsnet and ESPN and, wherever else, other media channels, show that play, you might want to put an NSFW warning. Just saying, because that pass was disgusting. So let's go to the third period of play. And at this point, James Reimer's now in the net for Detroit. I guess they're just trying to wake the boys up. I don't know. I thought Lyon looked fine. I don't really know what you want him to do on any of those goals, but maybe the Kubalik goal you probably want to save. But, whatever. Not my problem. As Ottawa is taking care of business. They control the entire third period. Frankly, I was checking Twitter. I was going back and forth with some Detroit fans. I'm not going to lie on Twitter. They are unhinged, and we'll talk about that in the post-game thoughts. But with about 3 minutes left, Detroit empties their net. You might as well. You're down 4-1. Jake Sanderson, or should I say the Snake, slithers his way into the empty net. 5-1 Senators for his 5th of the year. 5-1 Ottawa as your Senators win 5-1 over the Detroit Red Wings. Na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Night-night, Detroit. Adios. 5-1 Senators. What a win. A complete and total effort by the Ottawa Senators and Jonas Korpisalo. Speaking of Korpisalo, he was unreal tonight, especially on the penalty kill early on, like I already mentioned. He made 30 of 31 saves. It's also his 100th, NHL career win, so congratulations to him on that. A .968 save percentage. Chef's kiss again. Corpy stole this one for the Senators. He made some big stops, and, Ottawa, let me rephrase that. He didn't steal it for the Ottawa Senators. He, just made some unbelievable stops, especially on the penalty kill early on. So he kept us in it and made the big saves like you need your number one goaltender to make. Now, speaking of Ottawa winning, they're back in the winning column. They've won their last 3 out of their last 4 games, and they're now back to 500 at 11-11-0. We don't want to just be here at 500. I expect better. This is a good start. We need to build off a complete win like this, but winning your last 3 out of 4 is a very positive sign of what's to come. The Sens have a lot of games in hand. They may be last right now in the conference and in the division. Don't care. Do not care. They have 4 or 5 games in hand. If they keep on playing like this, we should be just okay. So until we lose those games in hand, I'm not worried whatsoever, and a well-deserved win. Now, speaking of that, well-deserved win, they won a lot of face-offs as they dominated the face-off circle, winning a 61.8% clip. 41 face-offs they won tonight. Unbelievable. When you're dominating the face-off circle like that, you're dominating possession, you're dominating the time on the attack and possession of the puck, like I already mentioned. More likely than not, you're going to win. Detroit really never had a chance to begin with. Now, I'll leave it off with this. Detroit fans, you're nuts. If you're watching this right now, I got respect for you. No doubt about it, because, you're an original 6 team. I have a lot of respect for that franchise and what they've done. And I met Steve Yzerman, too. He's a beauty. It's going to fix my hair here. But look, Detroit fans on Twitter are unhinged. You guys are absolutely unhinged. The things that I was seeing on Twitter tonight, y'all need to go touch some grass, get some air. It's crazy. I've tweeted some crazy things in the past. Don't get me wrong. I've been unhinged on Twitter before, like anyone else. But, firstly, the language people were saying, I can't even repeat it. It's, jeez. But just the comments, prominent Detroit Red Wing fan accounts calling for Mathieu Joseph to be taken off, the ice with a stretcher, calling for the fan base to be hurt, for the players to be hurt. I know this is just the internet, but my goodness. Y'all are crazy. You guys flooded my DMs. You flooded my mentions. And hey, thanks for the free engagement. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I love the free engagement, but you guys might just want to get some fresh air, maybe go on a walk, touch some grass. Get away from the Twitter for a couple hours, because that digital footprint will never leave you, my friend. So a little bit of a word of advice there. Maybe watch what you say before you tweet it, because jeez, the things I was seeing, especially in the third period from some unhinged Detroit fans, which don't represent all Detroit fans, of course, but the ones that I saw on Twitter were yikes. I mean, big yikes. I mean, just delusional is the best way to put it. Yeah, I mean, I saw Sens fans praying for Dylan Larkin right away, and I saw Detroit fans praying for Mathieu to get hurt. That's what I saw on Twitter. So, not representing all Detroit fans, of course, but to the fans that were, Detroit fans tweeting stuff like that, I mean, just give me a break. I mean, come on. Get some air. Get out of the house for a minute or two. Because, my goodness, yikes. Y'all are just unhinged. Some of you guys are just unhinged. And, I love it until it gets, violent and graphic like some of you guys took it. So, friendly banter is one thing, but, I mean, even Biz Nasty was tweeting it. I mean, some of y'all are just really unhinged. But just had to mention that. Doesn't matter. They're just mad. Stay mad, Detroit. Stay mad, Detroit. As Ottawa wins 5-1 over the Detroit Red Wings as they look to make it back-to-back wins, 2 in a row on Tuesday against the Carolina Hurricanes in Carolina. That will be a Hanukkah game. So if you want to celebrate Hanukkah at the Sens game, that will be the game to do it. They'll be lighting a menorah at gate number 1 in the second intermission, so make sure to check that out, of course. They also will be doing a toy drive, I believe, and there'll be a box for that in the gate 1 area as well. And besides that, thank you all for watching. I will see you Tuesday night when Ottawa looks to make it back-to-back wins against the Carolina Hurricanes. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all soon. Go Sens, go.